Talk into the mic, because I know some people have done this before.
I got you.
Are we rolling? Because I didn't check last time, and you messed me up. Counterparts, how are you guys?
I'm good.
I'm also good. How are you, sir?
Good, thank you very much. How's Slam Dunk been?
It's been good. Yeah, I don't really know how to put it into words. Like, it was it's been fun. I mean, like, the fest fucking kicks ass. Crowd wise, you could do better, but it's okay. You know, we're chilling. We're having a good time.
Good.
So
I'd say that this being the start of our festival season, this has definitely been the better of the ones that we played so far, and especially South. It's just so much more well organized, and the bands are awesome, and it's people in the UK are just awesome. We just like being here more than most places. So
how's festival season kind of queuing up for you guys?
So after like tonight, like we fly home tomorrow, back to Canada, and then we're back in like 10 days, and then we do like all like the mainland Eurofest, like Vein Stream, Grass Pop, Hellfest, fucking Jera on Air, all of those. So I'm stoked to be back. Like, I think it's been like 4 years since we've done it. So I'm stoked to take another crack at it. You know what I mean? Should be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, definitely. And you've been releasing new music. You've got a new record on the way, which we'll talk about shortly. But you've released a new single, Wavering Vow. What can you tell us about the track?
So I can't get into who it's about. I refuse. But it's all good, you know. Like it's so.
You can tell me.
Like, nah, I'm good. I'll end up in fucking prison. But for like, so lyrically, I mean, like, musically, I'll let Alex I'll let Alex take that one over. But for me, lyrically, like, the song is just about like. It's about like having like this like weird, like, a natural like hatred towards another living thing, and basically being like, if I could get away with it, you'd be done. You're done. Like, I'll fuck, you know. So and I know, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm well aware that saying that out loud is like absolutely insane for sure, but you know, I do think that that's like it's kind of like a common thing, you know what I mean? Like, we all have our enemies, you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of like the song is talking about the urge to want to commit crime, but you know you won't, because like, it's at the end of the day, it's not worth it. And like, at the end of the day, the people that you feel that strongly against, like, they're gonna get theirs, and you won't even have to lift a finger. So that's kind of what I wrote the lyrics about. But musically, Alex?
Just to speak to Brendan's point, just very quickly, I heard something one time about, like, try and think about how spiritually sick that other person is that you hate so much, and thinking about that, you often think, oh yeah, I don't really need to do that bodily harm that I wish upon them. But musically, it's a good representation of how our record is going to sound. I feel like it is a darker record. It is a slightly heavier record, but it's more of a collaborative record than we ever done before. And I truly think that this is the first time that we've started writing songs by sort of as a democracy, like as a band, and not presenting them. So like, I've written songs in the past, Jesse's written songs, Blake's written, our old guitar player Blake, and we presented them and said, here you go, here's what they are. And this time, as much as it is myself and Jesse sitting at the computer dialing everything in and playing this stuff, but there's the other members of the band adding input and writing alongside us. So it is the first step in towards us being like an actual band where we write songs together, which I know sounds crazy because that's what we are, a band, but it's the first time in which we have been able to write songs together in the same room. And I truly and honestly feel that in each and every song, regardless of who came up with the original idea, it is very much like all of our voices on each individual track. So
Good. And the record's coming out in October.
It's October 7th.
How does the sound kind of compare to what you've done previously?
I think that the sound of this record, that's up to the listener, honestly. Like, I don't want to say anything that will sort of put preconceived thoughts in their head and think like, oh, well, that's just what this sounds like to me now. But I truly do believe that this is an amalgamation of everything that we do best. I think that when it comes to musically, which always comes first, the music always comes first, and then Brendan comes in and whatever he feels on this specific track is how he will write on that. But for the music itself, I do believe that, it's Jesse and I, at the core of it, like with the guitar playing and everything, and actual construction, and we've been doing this for just as long as Brendan has, right? So we know exactly what it needs to sound like, but there's also, Brendan, who, is not a traditional songwriter in terms of like picking up a guitar and recording a track, but he's there. He's been here since the very beginning, and he knows exactly what it needs to sound like, what we need to do in order to satisfy not only the people that listen to our band, but ourselves as well. So I think that this is the first step towards us being satisfied and the listener being satisfied, because I truly think that in the past we've sort of, I don't know about like cut corners, but we've sort of done things that maybe we weren't as stoked with, or added songs to a record we weren't as happy with just because we needed to fill the 10 or 11 song requisite that is a record, you know what I mean? But I think that this is our best record by far, and I don't know what to do for you if you don't like it. I don't know what else.
That's your problem.
Yeah, exactly, your problem at this point. But I don't know what else you want to add to that.
I got nothing. Next question.
Well, with this record and obviously festivals ending later in the year, you'll be wanting to tour and get your new music out there. What's the plan touring wise? Where are you hoping to hit up?
So we have we're at Slam Dunk, obviously. We fly home tomorrow. We're home for like 10 days. Then we're back for like the mainland Europe fest. And then we have like a little bit of time off. September, we have 2 U.S. festivals. We're doing Furnace Fest and Blue Ridge. And then October, we're back over here with Amity Affliction. And then like the album comes out on that tour. We have a little bit of time at home after that, and then like full U.S. like headliner North American type vibe.
Yep.
So yeah, like we'll pretty much like be everywhere where not like that it counts, but like we're doing like our big markets, like where people fuck with us, and then hopefully, let's see what happens with COVID restrictions. But next year maybe we can finally hit like Australia again, and Japan, and Southeast Asia, and all these other places that I know fuck with the band for sure. So yeah, like we kind of have like at least until the end of until fucking Christmas, like we have that planned out for sure. But yeah, we'll see what happens after that.
And is there anywhere that you haven't been to before that you do want to kind of cross off your bucket list?
For me, like not so like there's nowhere that I want to cross off from like a band standpoint. I would like to play a show in Korea because I love K-pop. So
yeah.
I would love to play a show in Seoul and do that whole thing. But other than that, I'm like, we've kind of played everywhere that would fuck with our music. You know what I mean? So I don't know, Alex, what do you think?
I have yet to go to Japan with the band, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. So we need to go. We need to get there immediately, as far as I'm concerned. And Southeast Asia. Again, the band is gone without me, and I would really like to go and do that. So
excellent. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Thank you so much for having us. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Be safe.